Etian kwa humanu subium Sheikh Machien.
Me just so.
Mpacho boko de.
Ya mi adom etimpomo.
Ye danyame ase. Sheikh omanpanyini se ewum se aban ne de doctor for nurses for na mmom yen fampaibo ensoma nyame na omwa anope Kokrokoo ye frewa boni bi anim ye be stress we muslim ni panyi a we so for panyi ma kremusum e Ghana hey wo sanse national spokesperson e national chief imam ye be stress asori mpai bi wo ho a kremompai na wa fa fidie so no aboma Ghana fo nyina ate etipa cho enoanti ene ye frewa no pai
yo me da se anapawo de ye nyankopon a ye frana Allah na onu na edinya ehema ewo no ye no kronkron anapawe na ye boni din ye tontono na ne suwa dansewa obia enibie oni ni tiasefo a oni awie yi o te hodada na tumi bia sinte bia ni ho ewo no Yankopon sa din ye de fro anapawe ye yansa ye hu se ye yansa tosini ye ho ade tosini enim de tosini bibia ye bia no ye wotumi ena ye wo oje wotumi mu ena ye konimdi ewo ne santi ena na pawe ye chiro kwam no a ye pese ye ben won so no na ye de zampa ye we ade fro ye fro na ode wo humobro ya edoso wo papayo wadom ya wo ya ade a wo ya odomfo a wodom ne panya nya ejiwudi a onjiwudi nya no wadom nya ekanye nya no yesrew humobro ene wo bone facha nti ene yefrew ye begina ye da hobrase aba waboa no ene yefrew otumi ene ye wo egidio ewo mu nti sa ye dia abei ya ade ohaw eni isro aka ya nti yesrew yakopon Allah nya yade ne enyan kanu no yesrew bonu ho ban nya sa yade na aka ne biara yesrew se wan kasa no obey ayersa ade amano
amen
tino nsa ya ehumobro wom no na ahodiom no fa kasa ne pan be bia ye wo bia no ye mampeni bonu ho ban ne ministers bomu ban parliamentarians bomu ho ban ye mam yam kofo a ya na wo ayersa ho nim dia ya wo hospital doctors ni nurses nya yesrew se bomu ho ban na mo tema nim dia ne fa bika ho na modi a ye bo ye pe anu edro no tre yan kwan de yentumi yenye saa nso no a sara e bokoso ye de ndase ama eno kura no ye dawase eno kura no ye dawase e bokoso ara na ya dawase ya boni ya ebata ya ho no for boni fa cheyen na mama ya boni ensi kwan se wadom beba ya so for boni fa che fam fa hweyen na fa humabro fa hweyen we ana yeso yakopon ana pa we na meka so ana na meka اللهم إني أسألك يا من يملك حوائج السائلين ويعلم ضمائر الصامتين وإن لك في كل مسألة سمعا حاضرا وجوابا عتيدا وإن لك في كل صامت علما ناطقا محيطا مواعيدك صادقة وآياتك واصلة ورحمتك واسعة ونعمتك سابقة أن تنظر إلينا بنظرة رحمة يا كريم يا ذا الجلال والإكرام اللهم أنت ربي لا إله إلا أنت عليك توكلت وأنت رب العرش العظيم ما شاء الله كان وما لم يشأ لم يكن أعلم أن الله على كل شيء قدير وأن الله قد أحاط بكل شيء علما سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون والسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين آمين
آمين أبني شيخ يداسي أنا بيو That's Papa Sheikh Arimiya Shuaibu, your national spokesperson and my national chief imam. Na anope yes we observe a national day of fasting and prayer. Na yensaka Sheikh ama ode empire abwa ijumedino. Peace 104.3. Yet was no na yensa akam. Apostle Chief Adai, a general overseer, Word Palace International. Also, for penny much on pay. Yo, Pacha Boko dear. Yo, Yamia Duminti. Anɔpɛ ɔmanpanyin de ato dwa sɛ yɛa yɛbɛtumi biara no yɛnkyerɛ kɔm ne mmɔ mpae ɛmfa mboa yɛ man Ghana titiriw ɛfa coronavirus ho a obiara ɛyɛ ne obɛtumi de aboa yi ansa na yɛnsa ka wo no yɛne Sheikh Aremia Ashwaibu National Spokesperson man National Chief Imam atwitwe nkɔmmɔ ketewa mu ɔbɔ mpae ɛma ɔman Ghana yɛbɛsrɛ sɛ yɛnsa ka wo yi ɛkwan da hɔ sɛ apostle wobɛbɔ mpae ama yɛn.
That's it. I come up when you're my vampire.
Mpacho you.
Or so any assassin for an open that was. Say that was here, but I say, the Saman abortion. My son, I didn't know when you pass it about. The interior of my Ghana, and this one woman, so and then the was to say. Yɛfa yɛ furu hɔ ɛnɛ dɛ ɛmɔ mpa yɛ nso mfrɛ wɔ awurade no ebire bi toro yɛ ɛma ebi si saa Bible says Sodom ɛne Gomorrah Bible says Noah tried Bible says ɛbrɛ a ɔman Ninew ɛnso kɔɔ amanneɛ mu no wɔn nso ɔhene no ɛhyɛ ɛma ɛdɔm ɛyɛ akɔmkyere bɔ mpa de frɛ edi mpoma. The Bible says, "We share one mind no apoprasie, and one pie no one country. We see many musura when the power son we did you and I'm a one pie with Jesus Christ on that death in the terrible. A better one mind can and the power will begin and go point at the for him. And rather can and a woman can and a would you the one pie with Jesus terrible was it our mania your boom tea I was son Aba pray one what say go was will rate no one was send everyone a company so well but they will say who the key one now what someone that say so yare everybody Ghana agree abubuano Ghana agree embra and tie mutu when everybody come on this day when you should do when they say what down butcher so every Ghana every coronavirus to me the territory the vampire and Sayaria and Wobu that is yes to Majan and practice our power. And when Jesus Christ did him, contagious in Pierre and what side coronavirus in one as Sayano, and your pregnancy, your vampire, the yes to Majan, and your Bible say, who catch the most? So, you prepare for years, or Pomano Majano, and Funky Cannon Pomano. No, the Cannon Pomano, over to a minor. That's a young be poor papa, woman for papa, woman merchant over Silo. And by the blood of Jesus, the papa was yes to people, but the one Ghana, there were air, there were air, and the butter, they apply the blood of Jesus. And what put down a song that to be coronavirus to power. As Tyler today, separate Pamo, separate Shomo, separate people, separate Pramemo. The Pierre side and young people, everybody Tiana, the Hurricane Baba, everybody the Super Day, everybody Hurricane Baba, everybody Hurricane Baba, everybody Hurricane Baba, no fire from strike say, but if you say, but if you summon it, everybody the Queen of Kokrokoo, the Shower Day, with your window Bonita, let's show you on what you. Wow, we never go by your Shumata. Ever still Canada, ever in Chicana, Jabapa would be the idea. That was the entire 24 attitude MP ministers, police for ever the digital doctors, and then message, media for what you want control, and my information, they tend to come for dining Kitua, and that the president man you put the presidential officer. Then himself, your private trip for a president, your super, and that was you and so. But that was it. The show of the Mozart. Canada, what they are about the Peter was number one managing upon Toya. Well, yes, Christo to the Monte. Amen.
Amen. Amen. Openi, yadasi super anope, yadasi papa panyami shrao. Apostle Chief Adai, General Overseer, Word Palace International. Yeah, that's it, Apostle Chief Adai, General Overseer, Word Palace International. Ansana, Apostle Bayano, Yeni Sheikh Arimiya Shuaibu, our national spokesperson, my national chief imam. Train command monoso, a bompae, emaye. Inti, yesu, ya family, ewaha peace, 104.3.
Peace FM.
Peace 104.3. And to us, where I did, maybe I didn't know, me pipe, my dear. And a very good morning to you, Helen Esiam. Good morning, Akumami. Have a lovely day. And Central Regional Minister Kwame Duncan Waha Anope. Kwame.
Yes, sir.
And then Kweku Baku promise 8:30. Or share bo. In fact, Kweku Kahun. And now make a fresh chic. Don't mob on pay mine. In the hope that by that time, Nanche Kweku start to casa. Na shake bompa will be a Makweku. It's be quick.
Chairman Coutin, me here more.
I'm
a Coutin, me I'm a Coutin, me here. I'm your young one.
Coming now. It's your quick.
Because I made the traffic light.
No, I'll buy.
Now I'm 8:45.
Wow. 8:45, my only traffic light.
Violate.
Oh. You know, all this, you say, KSK, these days you hardly travel. Why? You did fear Sajua. You've been quarantined. Travel for Wabapao. Wabapa, quick my children.
I'm on for saying
Eric J, Deputy I have Regional Communication Officer, my English. Eric Machakwaba.
I'm a major also.
Bokode. Oh, you're here, Panyamiadum. Now swear. Great.
Chama, me one year Bono region.
Bono region.
Yes, please.
Hey, and I catch a Kodia Santiano Betro Deputy Ahafo.
Okay.
Kodia Santi also if you Bono.
Kojo, me if you Bono. German enough to be precise.
Okay.
Sampa, Suma area.
I say, don't worry, Kweku. Aisha has just released him from quarantine. Okay, I'm not worrying. I'm not worrying him this morning. I shall leave him. Oh, my baudu. Hey, come The Venerable Central Regional Minister Kwame Duncan. A positivity. Akabana pay. Boko Egwefu. Amen. 80 since COVID-19 or young commode them. Or them no matters arising. Some have called for a lockdown. It is a total lockdown. It is a partial lockdown. It is a lockdown. No, here in total I was assembled. It is a partial. At least start BB to avoid contact as much as possible. Come on, you go do. Unfortunately, Ghana nipa 2 as attended that Yekakada no 53 cases reported so far. National Democratic Congress was set up COVID-19 response team. Ono so home. And there, Oman Penyin say, you be tuma, your mompay, yan chikom kakaya mompay, yan sinyami, don't wine. National Identification Authority has sent to our court, but it's been suspended for now. Social gathering bans and all of that. What specifically, so a regional minister in Tinum, you are the president's representative in the central region. So far, in 100 plus issues show our table, you do.
Yo, Chairman General, I pay in shows on Kokrokoo na in chair wait here from pim can think from Mantomo. I had quite there. Embrace woman. Zawaje Abosuza Bodo Wabotukua. Now I said 3 piece. on coronavirus. Na penfo se yesu kra yeja yahwem on sasonsi na de neda World Tuberculosis Day. Na ama ohempon ehuna bobrum prajin se moto do sia aman damokwan ma waba oyin omani ya abakasa ano mamombo ohempon na abado sana kwame o mahempa o manura dominu hura etutu na himem no abakansa wa ha na adult them oye na Samson kase na oda to no kra dodore yen osa ayi enye hia na nanum amahini nyina problem adi biara wo ha brebo ma o ha adwen aya ambassador wana bo ka osande wo hwe dom do na ho yin hinti nzi wo kasa dom ti nzi oye anamo papa ize huna babim anape obaka kaba kwamna mo bo abado mo na adwuma za to do na men sanso me yim ho mfin wo oye arrive alive kame onyin da yi ha adwin fi do kra mosi oye afi na hyase wo dompo ase junction amampen mama yede ni ntia kama eprafo na yasan so yanyin ho a wahwer adeshi onyin wo kasai omo yakọ na aspiti kasa oye Kokrokoo teaching hospital boche and pay you bezin komo family they were stretched to the very limit. Now mampen omama yan wa sorti the car biara obo pwe bia woman aswanti I mean charge last week we released close to 197,000 and above. We released our Dakobwa aspiti jumezia wodi deboa e prefo na ho a we free me ya yo numpo esika numpo no mampen na adwene dado mana adwene dado inde etu hen efinkra rukukuma se fa abotar mpemfu so tutun kokwa fa abotar kovu ma hu anyima inya abotar repakare ho dom wo karim na wom eja wom anyen ye ema samba njanka ba fa ba idifi kuma asere ko tamale idifi kuma asere ko barga kwame nti arrive alive tu ne kodu jojojojojo na sabra wada wenu fo mpempempem a emama yan manu ya kwame eya se nu fuidi yen ndama che ya uba twen na moda pondo anepe corona virus abobwaze ma warankasa ma ezaba COVID-19 and matters arising ma binumre chede yantu mukra oman yantu mobiara onfi baby nko baby na mokeka ho a oye NDC so was the COVID-19 response team daba
no
oman pain lanu kwesi no yen kasai otodo ba san yen akasa na jumeja orkodu nyina anamu orutu nyina osampa sehwe kwa me he constitution ma ana constitution ya de bobra apart from the national anthem ya de ewurade na edinkan bonidin God bless our homeland Ghana ntino chede obaden ma yesa inde o shia heman na nkasa na ma Ghana onye hadum wa kwan nyinarum na kwame se ehwe constitution so a Oh, unfortunately, be my own. Oh yeah, Nashasna, Unde. Moko if me boyamo. Enti, that's right. You were Jedi Papa. Jedi Papa wo Nyankopom. Na ma ochrem wo ha. Kweku wa ya madum zamam. Yeah. Unfortunately, I'm not getting that is the very beginning of the constitution.
Oh, you want the very beginning?
Yes.
Well,
Is there?
because it's amendment.
What, the preamble?
Yeah, the preamble. That's right.
It says, "In the name of the Almighty God."
Exactly.
In the name of the Almighty God, we, the people of Ghana,
I opened to the wrong place.
in exercise of our natural and inalienable right to establish a framework of government. Then he continues.
In the name of
The Almighty God, we, the people of Ghana.
Exactly. So, man, pay. You there, a man, in your ring now. What did not mean say? Aha, good. Enti, ma yari biara so, yan tumi yan kwatrin. Aka ya kokomecha kwatrin na egbopo onyeye. Enti, ndebe no de atotosre onye do shempo. I plead. Atotosre de. Dodua obotumi. Onfa honye funto. Na yedotonse wo mpabom. Na Nyankopon nara oya ehumabor nyame a onu se nyakoma pa na se de mpabo sonko the prayer of the forgotten this just left me otin yin mpabo okunyame anyim na nyame nchade kwame ma asofo mu wesi a wesom. I am so happy that this president is providing the necessary leadership and that the opinion leaders, the very people at the very top who matter, kwame, and the generality of the Ghanaian people who there is an arrowhead clear leadership of Mampeyin. And every step of the way, support her. Nana mo biara wasro mind de yebo tu ma yetum ye yerbe akwa anede yebobo yawo ban me yedinu dunkunyimin. Every step of the way, support urban overwhelming. Na samo hwa asofo in fact etwenyu hwa UTV. Apostle Onyina, former the chairman Pentecostal Ghana Pentecost. Marsh Mehu, Professor from Port Manson, Assemblies of God, General Superintendent, in Penfua. When Mamma paying the Botugwe, well, some. Why, what you can see, trying to pay Wessi. No, yet there. A Christopher Ngote Kremo Sumling Yara Sheikh I remember Yawa Okasama a national chief imam. And then I saw the boat to go there. National chief imam Ashe Noni Oya other sects are Islam the Wakabum. There, and won't put the war yan and down na Prophet Muhammad. What Boniza was the AB sword, me can't one time.
Intimate.
It's in war, what the China, a yare, what the no so what they come.
Yeah.
Amazing. I applaud the National Chief Imam. He's the kind any country would wish for.
Yeah.
National Chief Imam, Kwame. There. His life is exemplary. Baby ma, a man for to do what in on interreligious conflict. You don't find that here because we have that special person
in the person of National Chief Imam.
Very
Chief Imam,
calming.
we kwando papa. The young them could simple or chilan come. Muslim Fina for 1 year from two. Quite America say, Bible nature man in far commercial name, Van Bacana, on Yada Madi to Mubi. Nehina, Yaminadum. Yedim, Hega Kribia in there. You can't maybe. And if you could go into the Bible, several verses that talk about fasting and prayer, where you take yourself from the everyday life and then you descend into the spirit. And ya enkitahu mbanyankopon etse wasam na modo ya nwetu ma ya mo.
Yeah.
Na Bible mu nshapi or fasting and prayer. Nyankopon onyene man kasai oye ho apede de mo ho. Enti mama paying down baden. Yes, papa, and you have millions. In fact, several of your colleagues, when as I interacted with them, when you're from the home, Peace FM, several of them, do interact and the pay one bear presentation. My maybe a Makwafu, Akosia,
if you are
Akosia Sapon,
yeah.
Yeah. Na Kwame Marken the Marion. Mama sounds some fence to be there. Individual supporter or ba. Now I read with a gladden heart the National and Ghana Bankers Association. Opinion of the one who from the DK Menso said I've forgotten the name. Kwame, why a contribution of 10 million Ghana cedis to this fight. Now, what does that tell us? Shade Onyembra Manobi Olbejna wa Bonsaku Onyembra Manobi Bejna na wa shada dia wa be yampono yampa gbadada. Na yebanye bibia fim Kwame it all to nchia obi tira Canadian Japan. Yesterday when I watched it on television, oh my goodness, oh yeah, mattresses, oh yeah, beds, sanitizers, Veronica so avi why you didn't know Veronica, that's right. Oh we are over Veronica one minute wabi Veronica Maketi detergents, disinfectants in their quantities. Japan. That's the fight against coronavirus. And now I'm bits there. Magdan, Kwame, Magdan, oh yeah, the districts and the regions. Sanitizer, why yeah, Kwame. Oh, this is the way to go. And there's a clear leadership. We will not be distracted. We will overcome this. This too will pass. It's my pain that Babada. Oh yeah. I come in and Paiban. Oh man, some papa. Yan akumapum. The yes, Bonfacha. The Yadin Muraba. Mayaku Ponso. Mayabobo. Mayabaka. Obodunayim kon. Wait here. Na wa mama wa be. Ye didn't kuyim. Kwame, honor the Chia, Echi Mumbra, NDC COVID-19 response team.
Answer a bit, Duhon, obviously, Mimbis out there. There's a very disturbing video I walk around about Mranti Bia was in war, Cape Coast Castle Beach.
Yes.
And with them video now. Now, as regional minister, has anything been done?
Yes, Kwame. That video was taken the very first broadcast from the president. Oh yeah, I'm sure the one where he talked about schools vacating, I saw not going to church for the next 4 weeks and all of that. The very first day now, oh yeah, them broadcast. At the chin, no there. Then video what ye to concede it happened on our blind side.
Okay.
Now yeah, try to trace who the organizers were and to find out what made them congregate around the castle in Cape Coast. That notwithstanding, your tax force yeah shede obiara ma insha waba de yanye do nonum yabaka bom na mu bade mo nsebesi mo bo na obaya mo obobor task force yababa na fie bo so bopam. Now they are up and all around. Nti oyada and it's strange. Impa no try no so oya comment. Oya comment on there. I'm very no ye da ho ban pa de no. There mawaban what I said man kan bom dem na wo ka bom won pa no no sense you try no your comment wo ho
mbelezi
that's right mbelezi say jam so kwanche to kidi ada okay na we will take all the necessary steps real occurrence of this ya mama onsikura na Kwame NDC set up COVID-19 response team.
Quick one. Veronica Bucket was invented by a nurse, apparently.
Nurse, my friend Veronica.
Yeah, I'm just following. If I can get any more details on that, but just go ahead.
Okay. All right. Okay, then Veronicas are inventors.
Veronica Bucket. Let's see if I'll find any answers. The woman who invented the popular Veronica Bucket says people will be okay. I see. Interesting. Hey, what's it? Veronica Bequin.
Hey, I got it.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yep.
Now, but you know what Veronica, Anna?
I'm
Anna, but you are I see.
What I see is Mrs. Veronica Bequin. And as for Bequin, dear, natural, I am my equipim mother. Only photo crowd.
Veronica Bequin.
Yeah.
Oh, Sister Vero,
Mrs. Veronica Bequin, former head of the National Public Reference Laboratory, over 30 years in medical laboratory practice.
Okay.
And she's credited with inventing what is known now as the Veronica Bucket.
Okay.
And interesting. Me, I didn't know. We know my tip of CCR. We know my tip of CCR. And I miss okay. Me a quick search. Na me here. It's you know.
Google no that mo ya na there.
I'm
all over the place.
And I'm
fine.
So her name is Mrs. Veronica Bequin. Into honor oye them invention of the bucket with a tap one. No. It's a very simple way of ensuring that we can have, proper, decent hand washing and So that is why it's called the Veronica Bucket.
Uncle Kokrokoo, every day things happen.
So the bucket with the spigot at the bottom was invented by Mrs. Veronica. She's a biological scientist who worked with the Public Health and Reference Lab of the Ghana Health Service from 1972 to 2008. Otasi.
Oh, yeah, Bonabado.
Otasi. So, Mama Vero, Munio. We've learned something today. Anyway, over to you.
Good.
Somebody says, quick laughter. Aisha buckets are only for Kwekubako. Ojam Habro.
Manchi.
Anyway.
Yeah. Mongo. Yo, Kwame. Last week, sir, Bakaya. Kokrokoo, yeah, comment to you, Mr. Kokrokoo. NDC. Already said, say, one communicators from Abra Yenya, the first report, second report of confirmed cases of coronavirus.
Yeah.
They were all over on the radio hailing it there by that Electoral Commission crowd to on your register. As a
yeah.
Now, Kwame, say a kakra and we may conclude from that there. Somehow, no, you won't buy Bokra and put it into your Baba. So, if you have a deputy national communications officer in the person of Moya witness war of a Kokrokoo. Saya dia na abanu. Ya basha sanya easy. Me kwa header obey no registration. That's the Deputy National Communications Officer. And ibinumu kwa mpa one year frontline officers. Say one commenter. Iti ma President Mama Kwame Galam say ba okay be papa all over the place. Down here unfortunate incident osi wo oya Ketu South assemblyman ya ibin mu ko tu sha no do
oh
kobo no turukun
oh nice guy
may so rest in peace
oh Charlie
Ebusuafo nyama ho yakọ. He led a delegation to the place to consult with them every single national matter. And yet, Kwame,
yeah,
da be de gwede. Abani mpebia awa bem 2009 to 2015. Wokoto iwimihenda moman na kuno fado oyini nua ye nhihye bopo mo wode jademze. On this matter he has not found his voice as we speak. On this matter.
Which matter?
Airbus and matters arising.
So no decided in your back, sir.
Kwame. Enti ni flag bearer no yen. It is choose and pick, eh? Choose and pick. Fine. And watra the COVID-19 aba. And I don't take it from him. Yes? Ebola ban, he was the president. But Kwame, truth be told, how much is the rest of the world? How much is the rest of the world in touch with China as it does with Dr. Congo?
DR Congo, you mean?
How much? Tell me. It's China now over here epicenter. The rest of the world was bound to have it. Because more or less China is a microcosm of the world. China is the second largest economy of the world. The potential to even become the first in 2025. Industrial giant. Kwame,
5 minutes more.
Investment across the world, every corner of the world. Into China, as somebody see one of the na Kwame, oya na wasa oma ready money na. So if you put the two side by side, it was more than likely for a country to have it than Dr. Congo. Now, whether we like it or not, yes, your experience. And now, and I have even groups working virtually nothing was happening. Ghana Medical Association, they spoke that on the ground, our preparation towards the Ebola, nothing was happening on the ground.
Ebola or COVID-19?
I'm just making a case. Then nothing happened. As we say. But granted, that you did what you ought to do as president, you did it with an institution. When you're Ghana Health Service, that is where you have the professionals. More pharmacists, more doctors, more nurses, all the paramedics. If you go there, it's strands of professionals. Ghana Health Service was several strands of professionals. Because that is the institution. Kwame, this so-called COVID-19, NDC COVID-19, in my view, is an indictment on these groups. Indictment on the medical doctors. But for us, who had the memory, or who continue to have the memory of what happened in 2014, 2015, thereabout, you as an institution, you don't have it. It is a inform or COVID-19, NDC response team COVID-19. The institution which is the frontline institution, or your human, it doesn't have the memory. It's an indictment on the medical doctors. Papaya also can we? Our friend Tamale Teaching Hospital. These are CEOs more or less in that capacity. What they do is just to direct. But you have the frontline people who day to day are in the thick of the operations. Former General Secretary Oda Bakanwi. These are all persons who were with Ghana Health Service. Are you telling me? Are you saying? Doctor. Oh, Mozama paying them the Jewapia. It was one time also, I'm sure, director of Ghana Health Service or Upper East or Upper West. I may be mistaken here. So it is Ghana Health Service, the institution that worked on whichever arrangement I need to form.
2 minutes more.
Oh, come in. So, some of my COVID-19, and let me read this portion, which is quite instructive. I have also already announced that the National Democratic Congress is committed to assisting government in this fight by availing all technical and logistical, I don't know where this logistical resources at our disposal. As evidence of our seriousness in that respect, we have assembled a technical team to guide our efforts and to lead the NDC's response. And to lead the NDC's response to the evolving situation. Amazing, Kwame. A time where we need to rally round as a country, hang out together, get focused, seeking to buy a certain mileage out of what has happened. It's the NDC's response. And how is that going to happen? It will be NDC formulated policies, and which will affect NDC people. NDC's response. It is pathetic, but come to the group he has put together. I was so expectant. What's the press conference? Now, Obama was all about self-adulation, reading of biographies. Or reading a children point say others will have their biographies read in the days and the weeks ahead. Another to talk. There were 4 main speakers. Kwame. In Bozikan, he was to speak on public health management. And eventually he ended up criticizing everything. Man, why? The 50,000 test kits is not enough. The closure of our borders and the airport, too late. Public health management, these were the things he ended up with. Then the second speaker, is NATO.
Senator Rawlings.
That's right. Somehow, she was the one who brought some things up, which were good. I.e., that we need to also begin to look at the distancing policy, even in our marketplaces, and then also in the trotters. These are matters which are not new, but she gave it a certain push. Then the third person, he was to speak on impact of COVID-19 on the economy. He was even, as I understood it, then as a former deputy minister, you do analysis of where we are today by the strength of our economy and the areas that the COVID will affect, and then the impact. He ended up there. Where is the $100 million that the president promised? There. Government expenditures, it will be subject to audit. And the impact of COVID-19 on the economy completely lost. He was talking about scheduling a certain amount in the budget to take care of the COVID-19 and then its aftermath. And that in the budget, the dollar CD exchange rate was pegged at 5.7. And so he expects that government will spend as much as 5.7 billion Ghana cedis. You did not find the impact of the COVID-19 on the economy. You did not find it there. Then the last speaker, pathetic. No grammar,
What do you mean?
Kwame, go and listen to the tape. I'm telling you. I will change him there. She was to speak on mobilizing forceful information to fight COVID-19. And all she was doing was even asking questions. What will be the role of these people? What will be the role of that agency? Well, that. Now, you chairman or by some reason. Mr. Prosperman, eventually his point was that it's now that they are going to develop something and forward it to the country.
And then I'm meeting here. Can't do what's the document be back on my paying.
They are now going to develop it. You know what document? They are now going to develop it, and that, in his view, the committee that is managing it must be elevated to crisis management team. Anybody and everybody who will be frank with themselves in that after watching this. It is about last week I posed the question. This COVID-19 thing that we are told is being formed. What will be their locus? At the clinical level or at the ministerial level? Now, Kwame, oya aroho. There. General Secretary of NDC. General Secretary is no mean a person. General Secretary. When President Mahama tells us that this group has been put together to support government, General Secretary, on the other hand, there oya ban on churches, ban on public gatherings, all of those is intended to rig the 2020 elections. Until you ask yourself there, committee here, NDC was one for me. Are they coming to join support government efforts, which eventually by submissions that the committee will come and assess for government to rig the 2020 elections? It's pathetic. Pathetic, and I'm telling them that look, there is a national problem. Let us all rally round one clear leadership provided by the president. And so far, Kwame, there's a lot of applause for this president. Every step he has taken, and finally to land. Kwame, it was divine there. President Akufo-Addo Kasa Sunday. No kade. Oh yeah, midnight Sunday. All borders, including our airport, remain shut. Now, if she says, I think it's Wabeya. Say, Adum Madamazi Amba. And then out of 185, what test more those under quarantine? 185 what test one. 26. When you're positive, it would have been a disaster.
Kwame Duncan, thank you very much. Peace 104.3 and Sana Meko Eric Ejeho, our deputy Bono Regional Communications Officer. What's the state of your financial health? Are you losing your investment? Does your business need support? Do you need to ease your financial burden? Well, a lot of people need to do that. Dauphin Finance has a plan for you. They have a plan investment product. They have fixed deposits. They have call accounts. They have all kinds of investments. So whatever investment you want to do, deposits, investments, borrowing, advisory, speak to Dauphin Finance right now. Call Dauphin Finance on 0302 201 702. That is 0302 201 702 or 055 822 9858. That is 055 822 9858. You can check out their website, dauphinfinance.com. Dauphin spelled DARFIN. Dauphinfinance.com. You'll find them adjacent the Tessa Baptist Church on the Insam Circle Road. Dauphin Finance remained your preferred finance house. Eric Bachobrim.
Chama me that's it. Chama no pay me chia piece of meat for you na.
Yeah, Joso.
Na me mfa enchia emu dru. Emma piece of meduma ku. Ne penny oda no am say yare ba ye anamontu a mo fidi kesi emu di tu no ekwa animu pa. The best rest mo be so ama education ne sa na Ghana for attention nasi. So the be ya yin bit me aboy ho ban nti me da mass from dangle no so.
Yes, yeah, that's it.
Chama ene da mampeni se yin na yen kambom na yen sum fra Nyankopon na ohaw ne abenedia abeto Ghana for so no Nyankopon mane nhwe ye mumuye na onfa ye boni nche na o my Ghana nipa dodo a ye mu fa no eje Nyankopon diye wi mu nso ewe muslimin for krona so Nyankopon kra no mosom no na omo a omosum ahum ni ahan de omo nso wo mo believe, but I believe strongly say emre mu eden say de tro na aka no se obro ho ase na osum fra Nyankopon a ode ne ngosra be ba so nti me ne wo ka say NDC as a political party yes we are citizens in the country ye nyina ya kan bo mu a yeso ye bompae ni asre bonifache se boni bi mpo na wiase nyina yaye ena Nyankopon de asotwe bi ba yeso a ohu ne mamobo nti ye nyina ye ka ho a ye yese adwuma no ne asan so aka kire Ghana fo nyina se kwanya mpanimfo afa so a ye ma education no. That is the best way for now. You betim de aboy ho ban afri yare no. Nti e besre bibia wo bia nkyerɛkyerɛ mpanimfo a ɛkasa ne de tudwa no na wadi so pepepe. Because see America say yenim say yare no ano ne adru. Nti adru kakra yenya ne se yese hohoro nsa time bia fasem na hohoro nsa fasa hand sanitizer time bia memfa nsa nkokɔ wanim ne de akeka ho. Ye besre megidi se yedi so na yempai bono nso aye bono back by action at the end of the day said the nyina hwehwe no eno nso beboa na Ghana yafe itie didwum chama
yeah
na minister kasa mitie ni din ashase no na okasa from a very nationalistic approach na okona nim na cheso onya TNDC din ne de kra de na ase ye nka Ghana ho kra ye di say Kokon yare na we can't defeat it because ohwe mampani nkasa wo kan nyina na o kasa ye nyina ye ho aso man ba so bia amfa ni nim de ni di onim bia ye den emra ne emfa nkon yare no chama yesa na mampani ka it is a NDC as a political party yanso die betimi nie ni apa nkofo bia siwo se aban betimi kro ne omu nyina nka mom na omonko kon na abana me hu si aye boni bia ena nkofo ya chama general minister gina so a ofo bia 11 address obia no omoso nim de wo sector na yare na aba no wo hwe nipa ba ko a odikan a honorable Alessegefia oye former minister of health yeti akonwa so yare ano edin se bi by Ebola by they were in charge then. And it is obi wa past experience et say na asemosi as a political party in opposition o man no how ye how no ye ka se nimdie omunya na samre no mfa ne de mra no mfa meboa. Is it wrong?
Okay.
nipa otosumienu Professor Margaret Kokrokoo or a public health expert and former dean of School of Public Health UHAS. Look at the pedigree of nipa na yabo ni dino. Is or you just a mere politician ana? No, I am a field. But diba ni a free KJ. Ni a free Samije Mfi, ni a free Kokrokoo ahimusi ye medical team ekobwa. Chama kobe wangle freeba. Because we are political party communicators and I'm a and what we did and Kofona yedi omabano. Minister TSCA, some medical in the no one onibi. But he's talking about it on medication. It will be our field. Now you're shedding Christ and Momra Bontina Monfamu Nim Diamabwa and no see a calamity. Musuo and no see a Jesse. Why? Chama, Mummy nyai sa debate na NDC team ne hu hia Monfa team ne hia ne ntwa ne hu sa team A na monso matia fighting where are they? Chama, wow, edu baby ye kasa mu no yare na ba. It doesn't matter your political affiliation. Entina ye kasa ye mu no dodo na ya na ye mpese de amanyosem no komupi. Ba wo kasa say ya na wa bie kwa mi si ye mfa nya amanyosem. Ba amanyosem can never fight this. Chama General Ebola ba ye no. President Akufo-Addo no your opposition leader by then. Na mfa ne ho ana. Dr. Mamudu Bawumia no ye ne running mate. Na mfa ne ho ana. Efa ho because citizens now opese ya to abama no. Omo na yare ne bomb so atese. And the opposition leader, you lead the biggest opposition party in the country. And in a powerful. Ebe kasa say ya. What do Jesse? Na honorable Kwame Duncan. Mumu opposition class and I'm sector ministers. Now one sector ministers.
We didn't have those.
No was uncle for Nina, a body health, more of your casa, a body trader, more of your casa. No one shadow sector ministers.
We didn't have those.
All these people were there. And no more JJ fans or Mudibu Mayana. And you know this, and our better now they are politics. Chairman General,
Master,
Yarena Abano, and shall seek her when you and shall hold the hour. Until Eric J. Menetro now was a account. So we should start doing proper education. Yenya partisan politics now. As a Sembia Bakromha, Nandisi for Kambia, and only Yamosi Kambi. And Kwafona Yakwaranta Mono, do you know their political affiliations? No. Chawa namu was us.
Madam.
Good. Obian impact your biom. It is a measure Sabani eka. Dani yakwa that direction. Chama maybe ya na me kind. Ethiopian Prime Minister. Now I try to say Jack Ma na Ali Baba for no. Oka so mbe donation bi. Na my donation ni bi ama countries ni bi. Enti na me kind ya me mpo me commend no. Ne treat ya na me kind. Ghana ka ho bi. These are the things that we need at this time. Workers on one bank bidding or see a kuobi more cambo more money donation. That is fine. Because you were crisis time and we need support from people. And not know my be our bar. Not a wow indigents who grew up where no. But yes, system of politicking in the country. Oh, where party any party need Duba and Juma form no good. But in Camera Moore didn't say they are the very people to start donation. See a bed donated their boy minor. I'm happy to help mention McDonald's. Yes, perfect. Or yeah, Juma. But here where a lot of people are. Almost all businesses in the country to say McDonald's. But I ban not collapsing in because a party be pencil or more business a booming. In the end, you better finance a quite swim meow. It is uncle for in our system no more. Who didn't send a common contribution in any key? And who be here? Not one. Asam no ba se ni e kan me kra na me se afem Ghana man penia ye nyina na ye de na tena konwa so ye de constitution na ma no constitution ya o kan ya o kire se god no kra na di kan e hye ni nsem on na di bu o man e na wapone ni tumi no bi ama honorable Kwame na danka mo na mu nyina mo bo na mo ye adwuma yare e ba man peni nkasa no o ka kire Ghana fo nyina se ye hwe ye ho yi enti nsori ane ye kwa mampeni se eho ye baby anipa ye bo peso enti no ye ntutum baby e kwotene baby ani jebia beaches ne de keka ho ni nyina ye close down because for now afutu a dey man say my tena sem ban pi chama yes anete
sir
enti ye nyina ye Ghana for na enhwe party sem no that rules nan yesu ye di so mampeni ka se ye hohoro ye nsa me ba me sanitizer nie me drew entrance PCFM madaroma me san hohoro me nsa fefefe meaning se nyina ye di de mampeni ye den e ka no so chama mampeni kasa ye no Ghana for bebre start raising concerns mampeni akasa but ye were agencies are under office of the president which is a national identification authority omujuma di omudi no ebetimi di ohaw ne oyende abeka oman no ho chama ye kan ma Ghana Medical Association issue statement enkofo eso omonte ase na professor Atefo de bi the explanation ba bonten Ghana card na ye ade ne yare ne ku Ghana fo enti wo ye card ne na nipa ne wu a wo de card ne besie no ana asamando so ye kire kan ayi omanya ofiri mu anse wo ko no ya kansam nyina papa so onte ase later on and omo holding on not knowing say man for so crowd omo court and a court are granting injunction they can't go on with registration for some period they should wait now no am penny ni asofo court na Jubilee House ya omo bom paye no omo wi asofo no bi busai some penny aden na no wakasa still NIA for no yeju am penny so oni mu hwe what's the one name of you? And yenya attorney general, deputy attorney general, Minia Odame, Ojina court. Say court no man kwan. No mun defend the electoral can say NI so mun call back and kwayejuma no mun de card ne be voter register. Hey, eti emre we mu hu na ye adwen. Chairman general, I'm not thinking of election o. Because the area we yanko na kan wa yare etimi kan flag bearer no. Account general secretary, account national chairman. Na say your concentration any kwanya yare no be fa so akọ na kwanya be fa so ato aba na yadwen ho. Are we serious as a nation? Chairman general, emre kro na ye bo degro ye ya kom kire no. Electoral Commission social distance na ye kan wasem. Me free sunyane ba na no 3 days ago. Na Friday, I was Sunyane Municipal Assembly Hall. I went there. Electoral Commission Juma Nuodi, Nipa Mako Baya Hassan and a Negu Tai Bakum. Adenya Omo ba Electoral Commission say vet no say training no. What is happening in the country? Who appointed the Electoral Commissioner? Is that not the president? Are they above the laws now? Chama. Now question ko for na good time. Me ko personally me ko me the money ko hu bi. Adenya we are thinking of preparing voter register. Whether you prepare register or not, we are in crisis now. Register when I was here at this time. Chairman General, now I know what I say. When you say IPAC meeting, oh,
Dabbing.
Ene.
Tell me, can IPAC meeting?
Very good. Into our my boy man here. Electoral Commission at the Kratabre political party say, Omonko IPAC meeting ene. Krata on the 19th or so. And this is a political party. Yes, yanko. The entire yes, yanko ne say. Adia na aba no onim nipa owobi yare kaka motobi that is the fact chama me ba studio me drew entrance ho no me be wura fie ha me gina ho din e na cameraman ba ko busa me say eje na na me senior they say the ohunu akura usuro enya wo chen wo yonko otan obi da bi whether you have it or not yare no obi anya ne koyiko and IPAC the krata aba say IPAC meetings are near political party biade ne reps me ensa na ekọ no yare abanti yente so na nipa ba ko penko Chama General if yare aba Electoral Commission then the how class wontimi ntwentwan won niam so
you heard a press conference yesterday
and what we are saying say ye ko IPAC the enti nipa me ensa ko no panimfo se dua ko agim from ebu ana meboa yesi ti cross onya den enko agina and yes, humani suma minti and a trim ye nunam. And Tinipa me and son, IPAC meeting no, or Monko Town say Adrini Obietimo. Omo the decision be about Omo Bobo as a political party. Do we accept it or not? Whether some be accepting no, Ejino Moso. Now catch them say, any pattern at Yomokon, Yamfa Quantum Crobacco Pemra. Na meeting no crana ye babayeno. Ye betcha mumum. Because say a person social distance na ye can want some no. first political parties are who be Kanyaba. Yanimu we are another parties aba. So I don't know more group like terms and answer. Chairman General, meeting our Kokrokoo consensus at the idea. Umo mu nyina ni mu nhia. Enko bobo asem no ho. Wo se oye ne part 1 ne part 2. Ada ye movie na Electoral Commission and mu twasini. Why? I said omodia omfa boga nya so anya yare no na modwene. What is really wrong in this country? Even granted, if meeting no po beko so a. Chairman, se meeting no po beko so a, and then the Electoral Commission so betimi akope ho kese a. Ebetimi akontain political parties ni na tego. Chama kroma ye nya ho bi etisa.
Me sure say be.
So what is really wrong? And no dina ye ka say President Akufo-Addo coronavirus kasa one ni mpanimfo ka nyina no. Omadwen pop kese pa no ye election ho asem na omodwene. Because is eno nya no ho na omodwene. Eka by now the NIA for no crime come penia kasa da. And by now, the Electoral Commission yen kromano. And penia from what tiamo. Chamai. Adie hu omu ne se. O kan say ya the otifia politics e di ni trimu dem no. Onim se e bia wo no onya ahoboa yi. No. Chamai, opa nya $100 billion so the beko impending election here we animu. Na yare no, o campaign team no entimu for. Na mo nya aware. When you be so no flag bearer in a why now then a election? So I didn't have the Ketua. I was here did ya grossa. Eti abesre. Man penny President Akufo-Addo onwa ye bu wo ye Ghana nyina man penny. Dia wo kan bia ye bedi so. But NDC as a political party ye dey adwen kire ba. Eya monfa. Minister kasa no. E na man penny a ono e ba sa for your nini nua. Oh no babeka coronavirus asem. Why do you talk this way? Excavators 500 modiaba. But you are talking of coronavirus. National Youth Authority sikana ira wa mo se mo hwehwe no. But you are not talking of coronavirus. PDS dream na mudi ye no. Akwasi say you are talking of coronavirus. Ketase shane proya dokura ban no. And na yenka ho asem because we know say sika Ajira afa kweti kwanso yehu ebampo na yare na entimi nsia no. So we have to talk of the sickness.
So that's why President Mahama is not.
It is a President Mahama.
Okay.
As a statesman or kasa or say eba asasem. You don't talk that way. Oh yes sir, oh man debate in rich. Oh my Ghana for nya de omo hwehwe. Because now me know ka say Ghana for bianca say all is well. Chama yare we ma ye no. Na ye was story na running in the system and am boa. Ba kwa na edi mu akotene pa galam say fight ene ye ka ho asem go do na niam amusizi wo site amacha fa nyina ye jaika because yare na ehu eti say ye kan no na hu ni say obi the report about former president na ban mu na eno no ntino and serve as guarantee so obetimi aka ene current issue a etoje watch honorable minister obesre on say yo ya eti yesra baby oh yes baby adru no. We should attach more seriousness to it. Chairman, empire ne de bebo. Empire ne de ye bebo pa me already. De bia me sorry no pa me bomb empire ansama pie. Me kwa akoda me bo. Ba empire na ye bo no it should be backed by actions. And then man penny ye bo empire na wie ye bo wie no abedress o man na. Ye hu the way forward. Ye the way forward ne say ade chia information minister and health directorate for Bejina ho and I no ya testing per se and ya record say and they see saying what are we doing again? Chairman, figures in there be ayete. Figures in there be ayete, but ye besre. Omo no more strong team. So omo say the team no mo hu e. Mo fa mo team ne mra bonten ye hu say team ni. Team no front liners no mo play role no. Who je no mo ye dwumadie be no mo ye. Enra menenders ni ba ko kasai. Ewo Kolebu Teaching Hospital. Osi Eric, it is not easy. Nipa kura yare na oba usru. Because sanitizer ni ade I see emfa yensa ho no. Ye nurse for the yade ye ne dada. Because nipa ho adwuma ne ye. Enti se ye she hand gloves ni ye ni ehoro yensa pe wo ye den ye de sanitizer ehoro ye epepa yensa. Chairman, eniema na ebe hia nurses no. amo mwetinya ye adwuma ni ye no. They are not getting it. And the government is not concentrating there. The yan say they are waba. And a figure say ni test it. And a nipa say na nya bi. And a nipa when you go a test you. And no, does it cure it? No. It is indeed. We have the men. No. Where are they now? They should act. They should let Ghanaians see say men now no more kind of opposition. They are now working. Because doctors need yes safe, nurses need yes safe, health workers now kasa obi anye safe. And we keep as a lip service na ya dosun dodo. Tama. Yare we nya de adi si jama o. Ana asa mo na mo yare aba na mo ka ho asem tie wo so obi aka bi. Enya mo yare, enya obi anso yare, obi aso mpe, and obi ampe da. And mo attach seriousness to it. Yenim say prayer is the key. But Oko Roma, Italy. Sana Mekano, me can't tell you no better as a gratis one can Italy. I want a pope to take Chama Meboa. What would the arena any power? One day, it me kunipa makuma henum. I want a pope crati pope. Et Roma for now, you will have bushop, ne archbishop Monteti and Channel. Almost off opening it to Rome. A hokra kunipa henum, oben Yakopo Chen Popuno. Because there be a quas or am ye Roman, ye bomber say bompa ma pope. And you are not pay your general one day and yard to when you chrome the SC. And after all, ye bompa and the president Akufo-Addo yesterday. Found nice form.
Medasi.
Na yes, I dear Betty and I record the video near be actually said near my no. Let's see something. We want to see something.
I can say, I buy you a swap 2-bedroom and a chamber and hall. The number betu dwan chebia will be able to me a friend or Penachimota Westlands Tesano and Anase Jolu. But the number betu dwan chebia. Sortis Charles says, I've been asking this question. Those advocating against the Electoral Commission for performing its lawful mandatory duties. Question. All things being equal, should COVID-19 pandemic persist and the EC isn't fully prepared to run the general election, would they happily accept the status quo for President Akufo-Addo to remain president? Sortis Child, I don't think that we will get there. I'm sure the Constitution will be our guide. I think eventually we may have to have the Chief Justice come in. But anyway, we'll leave it to those who know better than I do. The former Interior Minister and UNDP consultant Prosper Bani's point was that the government's COVID-19 technical committee must be transformed into a crisis management team, and that the NDC's response team had a document on how to better manage COVID-19 ready to be submitted to the government. That was what he said.
That's not it.
Kokrokoo Mauli.
That's not it.
Nanagban.
I mean, play the video.
Don't worry, I'll come to it. So ask Eric AJ, when the NDC declared a 3-day prayer session and streamed that in the press, didn't they know that prayer doesn't fix all in this life? How on earth are we allowing this to become politicized? Ni akwe in Dowenya. Mpacho mo microphone si so mti mesrema mo hwe mo anoka say mesremo pa mesremo. Why? Mpacho pa Kwamina and Eric. Sampai says, so is the NDC not going to IPAC because they don't know who has COVID-19? They had a press conference. How many people were there? Ask them for me. God should have mercy on Ghana, and of course he will save us. The NDC keeps politicizing this serious matter. What for? No wonder the late Vincent Assise said the NDC is not a political party but an electioneering machine. Why the need for their corona team? It's a mere propaganda strategy. Sasa sends that one. And then Prince, yours is long. Some of you media houses are not helping us. There's only one president, Adodankwa Akufo-Addo. The parallel addresses that the former president is doing must not be encouraged. NDC is against state departments doing their work, labeling them as an attempt at winning elections. How about what they are doing? They have no problem with that. As for the old register, I don't know what the NDC has in it. Prince in Bono East region. Musa Abatwa in Kumasi says, I am for lockdown, but not total. At least essential places must be locked down so as to prevent the virus from escalating. This is not politics. Let's applaud the past government and the officials for availing themselves, because they were then the fight against Ebola. Ghana first. Musa Abatwa in Kumasi. In these days of spraying and fumigation and disinfecting. My main company there, your friend no Modapest or more East Legon. Modapest says if you are plagued by rodents, bed bugs, cockroaches, termites, take scorpions, snakes, bees, wall geckos, and other crawling or flying insects in your house or surroundings, talk to Modapest, Modernized Pest and Insect Control Services. They are certified by the Environmental Protection Agency. They render fumigation to homes, hotels, offices, communities, health, educational, and sporting facilities, warehousing or storage units, landfill sites, and many more. Modapest says our chemicals are odorless, human-friendly. It doesn't stain the surface, but it's hard on targets. Modapest says after spraying, you can occupy the place in just 1 hour. Modapest is in East Legon, so call Modapest on 0244 536 446, 0244 536 446, or 0544 464 249. Modapest, you see, be spray when you come on. Around us, see, 2-bedroom, and as a chamber and hall, self-contained, or Peda Achimota, Westlands, Tessano, and Ajolu. Or send the number is 050 434 7299. 050 434 7299. Abdul Malik.
Yo, John.
You good? COVID-19 and some.
Well, since our no producer,
then
we decided there we'll be fair people like us, the non-experts. So if in the process I inflict my ignorance on all listeners out, please, Mama won't blame me. What we require me won't deal with them properly.
Oh, but I'm doing a balance of experts and non-experts.
But you've been doing well. Let me be honest. But I'm making this particular format. You've been bringing experts. That's how I'm getting educated. And as I said, one source of education for me. And I'm there nice. I mean, with the metro crash, replicating it. Newsfile is going along with that line. At least for a while now, I'm in principle with that approach. Nyadama, how I dream pa.
Not non-experts, no.
Me catch rock. Yeah, but how I dream first class. But you see, of course, it's a combination. I agree. The bottom line, you need political leadership as well as technical and professional competence put together to manage the situation. Them not were everywhere. In the look, Necessiano, Wami, may deal with the NDC COVID-19 response team.
Okay.
Yes, earlier on, President Mahama Kasayano may emphasize what I took from Mami Free Nain was the declaration of the party, the side, minority side, to cooperate with government to deal with the issue. He appealed to all Ghanaians so they won't come together to support government efforts. I took that and emphasized it. Of course, last week I'm the Kwamna Niminya little problem over my understanding or interpretation of what President Mahama said. Kwame, I don't deny the fact that in spite of what President Mahama said, alongside them, also no commentators ni be, communicators ni be, and some are no workano, no at variance in terms of the trust. In fact, last week on Metro TV Thursday, I raised that point. I even made a point there. It appears that they were listening, but they didn't hear the man. Sammy Jeffy was not happy with that. He responded vigorously to try and state their case. But when we announce technical team, son my friend, my brother.
Yeah, COVID-19 response team.
Yes, it's supposed to be a technical team. Yeah, at the same time, it's also your adversary body. because we have Dr. Now Cassandra Jonas Asamoah, he described it in his way, say adversary body.
By the way, reports coming in says Prince of Wales, Prince Charles has tested positive for COVID-19.
Yeah, no respecter of status or age or whatever.
What's the meaning of what?
But Kwame,
What's the meaning of that one?
Inima, apart from that, my war membership, no. In the event now we hold in, no mame, a certain idea that perhaps we need to interrogate further. First of all, in presentations now we no mama idea perhaps to one more terms of reference na yama. Now Kwame, my shadina is obviously problematic. Inima, my start from financial man.
Right, out of us?
Yes, ni paper no. You know, to be honest with you, nyama na okakano, Kwame, okay, say we propose what team no. We propose the proposed utilization of the 3 billion euro bond proceeds. Our parliament are approved already. One amend the proposed when defer the planned restructuring of the energy sector. If you should one review non-urgent expenditure in 2020 budget. Kwame, the guy Ofrata call Parliament nice and Mkita Hansard no hamobe he about $100 million and
now you have it.
Okay? Yes, I have it here. Ofrata actually may read the answer. Okay? Okay, also, Mr. Speaker, even though events of the coronavirus are still unfolding, preliminary analysis undertaken by the Ministry of Finance shows that the COVID-19 will impact negatively on petroleum receipts due to the collapse of international crude oil prices, customs receipts, other receipts, expenditures, especially health-related, and financing conditions on the fiscal front. More generally, it is affecting tourism, travel and conferences, FDI, that is under foreign direct investment, international trade, food and nutrition, and poverty reduction. Mr. Speaker, measures are being put in place to close a possible financing gap in the 2020 budget that could result from the impact of COVID-19. These measures may include withdrawal from the Ghana Stabilization Fund occasioned by anticipated shortfalls in the annual budget funding amount. We will come to this August House to seek for necessary approvals in due course. Kwame Nima, Mr. Atufos, a member of the, I'm sure, the Finance Committee of Parliament, perhaps is the ranking member. One or other members on that committee were members of the Ghanaian legislature. Yes, they have no right to hold press conferences, social events, even go and sit at a chop bar or beer bar and make such proposals. I'm not going to sit here and say that. I believe in the right, the freedom of assembly, movement, and speech. But see, this is a major challenge confronting the nation. The finance minister Nankasa dropped a hint about the impact of COVID-19 on your economy, Kwame.
Yeah.
And the fact that inevitably, unavoidably, we would have to do reviews. And he will come to the house with a program to show the way forward.
Exactly.
I mean, I feel that some of these things, were a press conference, no advertise, no project, no. Into what presented to Parliament, enjoy a better.
But you also watch your
Until I'm starting to make a there, I'm not going to ask them not to do that. But when you see, say, a focused, let's say it's the challenge of the issue now or confronting and I say, there are times you will lessen some of these public stunts.
Public stunt?
Says propaganda stunts. You
Stunts?
sometimes you minimize them.
That is what
or
it is.
eliminate them.
Oh.
And focus. Okay? President Mahama can't be. Or can't the one present it's a national action plan to the speaker.
Yes, he said it. It's a letter authored by the minority leader.
Okay, so it's the same thing?
Yes, I'm sure.
Because he described this as the national action plan
It's a letter
to
authored
fight
by the minority-
COVID-19.
Minority leader. You go in there, even that was full of politics.
Okay, me hui.
I've
To be
read
honest with you, me that me try them I get copy me sanka.
I've read it.
Because na me pede me hu exactly the content. But at least I like the idea in terms of principle, the choice of the forum. It's masa to interrogate whatever the contents of that plan was. Because you see, you cannot set up anybody or a substitute for what central government and the allied institutions, statutory institutions are doing. You cannot have a substitute for that. If you want to complement it, Kwame, that complementary program must go through the appropriate institutional framework. And in this case, I'm saying there, Wankasa will begin by pointing to Parliament as the appropriate forum for our contribution to the fight against COVID-19. That's my opinion anyway. They may choose to disagree with me. But issues now, we raise the fair restructuring of the energy sector. Or a $1 billion be coming out from the €3 billion bond process. That's a major call. And you know that bottom line, Parliament never deal with that issue. Nowhere else. Unless you just want to let people think though aban furata the proposals never no can all hear na ya kan.
Oh.
And then it tells us
So
will
it
be
becomes
vindicated.
Yeah.
But that's not the approach now, because the issue is a serious issue. Na it's how many view no more then. Well, members on the Health Committee of Parliament, don't they?
Yeah.
I'm the war ranking member near Yanko.
Minta Kando.
Yes, they can mount platforms and say anything they want to say. But if they want to contribute positively and ensure that war contribution actually attract a critical mass of support and understanding, free consultancy, Mr. won't focus on the legislative machinery and make an input there. Because already, as things are going, I mean,
Yes.
some of the partisanship, one kind of press conference and the partisanship and petty politics is not helping them. It won't try to minimize, won't create conditions. Obama won't put away a partisan politics out of this thing. What voice be marginal?
Yes.
And the way forward in doing that is to focus. Okay, there's a national response team, a national technical coordinating team.
Yes.
Press conferences now, Minister of Information or set up a Minister of Health and or one year or hobby.
Exactly.
It's both the politicals and the professionals. And it's been regular of late.
Very.
Consistent, routine almost. That body it exists. It's there. Wobotum what the sum of all views see what alcohol. Fine. But we were members of parliament belonging to appropriate parliamentary committees. They should also focus on those areas. But especially at forcing recommendations now or bother on actually totally reviewing the budget. And the Minister of Finance himself hinted into both sides of parliament. The impact of COVID-19 is such that, look, it can throw everything out of gear. Indeed, global economy Nankasa is down.
It has started already, hasn't it?
Yes. It's a hammer. Look, analysis.
Even that is restricted. Social distance.
I can't say that.
Social distance.
But whatever be the case, since we are
that
looking for solutions, and since what we are looking for, yes, impact assessment of what you do and what you say and how you do it. plead, in my humble opinion, what focus should be on Parliament. The committee I for me, and one problem there. Say, or your public education, no what pedal way because that can be done. Catch my say, the research material, when Yama Wapeda watch the public, wash your hands this way, and Yama Benny, yeah, that public education, I think they can continue. But where that platform is to be, will use to tell us things like how we are going to budgetary proposals or there, yeah, amend and review.
Test kits on you enough.
On you enough. Look, those things. And I will supply test kits.
I don't know. So what kind of logistical support?
50,000. It's true. 50,000 also 50,000 relative to 30 million population. It's true. Same thing. Yeah, fight Ebola. The same things happen. You hinted, Kwamina. And I have all the documentations here. Even in Parliament, the Volta caucus raised guns. So the way you're testing the war. Voter region without reference to them. The speaker brought Alex Egbefia to Parliament.
Yes.
And not only that, doctors complained that there wasn't enough PPEs.
And Ebola.
It's all here. Kwame, I have all the documents here. Indeed, the Americans and the Nigerians came from the group with Ghanaian government to assess your preparedness. But Kwame, this is coming from the U.S. government document. Also, we and our fellow assistance donors, along with international security and health experts, judge that so far the preparedness actions Ghana had taken were necessary, but not yet sufficient for its own protection. This was October 2014. No country is ever prepared, Kwame, fully. Relative to epidemics and pandemics. It doesn't happen anywhere. Even those with advanced infrastructure, when the thing breaks out, you start fighting it, new elements and angles appear. And you are challenged. It's in a way to state now your action should be united and focused.
Exactly.
But at least one action is to come and help unity.
It's a way then.
The action is part of making us united and focused.
And I'm telling them where to focus their actions. That's all I'm doing, Kwame. Let me repeat. Mr. Menka there, they should exercise a culture of silence. I prefer ugly noises to culture of culture of silence.
Of course.
Except that I've been educated. There's a middle ground, which is responsible speech. So we are all striving.
There should be ugly noises, but responsible speech.
Even if the middle ground was not there, you still prefer the ugly noises.
No. Yeah, that's a fact. Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. Because look, and I have started from Unauthorized place because of all the who there, serious issues were raised.
Are you saying the others did not raise serious issues?
Some rebel, I'll come there, but make can't me grade. Because me grade these issues, no. Look, are very, very critical issues. You may or may not agree with him where he said it and how he said it. But I may read the finance minister first, no? Because the finance minister says clearly aware, Kwame. There, nyama be change. Budget in our parliament are approval no.
To go out of gear.
Appropriations act. Be change. The finance minister said it. It's here. 100 million no or kind. There are both local and external resources nearby mobilized near them. At 2 cases that IMF na World Bank had no better. Also, Yensa Bakan crowd be third week or so of April. Now, Sisia Kwame, Aban, is he spending or not spending?
Aban is spending every day.
Even in that, Aban services will procure on credit basis.
Yes.
No, we'll try later.
Yes.
Since you have 15 hotels now, you are set up as quarantine zones. Isolation centers now, you are set up. One note here. But Kwame, equal the other speech presentations now. Questions are asked. How many quarantine centers do we have? How many isolation centers? You see, this technical team by NDC, the caliber of people there, Kwame. And no, when there's a national technical coordinating team. We name that there's a national response, rapid response team. Are those not the people to give the answers? And let's be honest, the regular briefings under Kojo upon Nkrumah's ministry, most of these questions are answered. Kwame, let's be honest with ourselves. Unless you want to play the ostrich. If you say that one spread in the mall, one mark radio stations, television stations, information services department, war vehicles, one call out, one call come more of it. Fine. There's nothing wrong with reinforcing, enhancing, multiplying. But the impression should not be given that some of these critical answers that were posed at the NDC forum yesterday had not been asked earlier and had not been answered. That's unfair. Okay? That's completely unfair. And that's the point I'm making. It's in a mess. Well, it's a multi-party democracy. So what can be Kwame tell you, Dr. Asamoah also, that's paragraph 2. A robust system-wide response from all stakeholders in public health is the central component of a comprehensive national response plan. Our system in its present condition is overstretched and under-resourced to deal with the surge in healthcare needs that will accompany an exponential increase in cases. This is elementary. Kwame, this is elementary, but it is exactly what is happening. Yeah, the state of Ghana's healthcare, 63 years, it's a reflection of who we are, what we are. Yeah. And it didn't start yesterday. Can you imagine? Last Mekane challenged me. I had to produce the documents subsequently around this program. The whole regional hospital. Inaugurated in 1998. We were in 1998 by a commission in 2000. It was begun by a champion in 1975.
The whole regional hospital?
Yes. 1975.
My friend Trafalgar.
Yes.
Wow.
But you see,
more than 20 years.
Yes, more. It should be more.
30. 23 years. No, 75 to 5 to 90.
Yes, and I brought a document here. In 2002, 2003, Kufuor's administration was effecting payments to the consultants, Nanyama, who had brought our friend the IPCs, Nanyama. Outstanding. Ma Auditor General, Audit Service, conducted forensic audit to make sure that indeed the monies we are paying were true, because it didn't make sense that from 1975. How? Now, Kwame, Mr. Some of the invoices Nanyama was submitted or date from then. Me the document nearby. And it's the same thing happening. That's how we go. Why hospital was commissioned in 2019 November. The genesis in terms of cabinet and parliamentary approval of the loan and all those things was 2008. The Mills administration picked it up, decided to work on it. It took 4 presidents. President Kufuor, President Mills, President Mahama, and President Akufo-Addo to complete
one hospital.
That's Ghana for you. That's our reality. Not good enough.
And then you jump to the stage and begin to criticize.
It's sad. So when you cite that reality and you want to make a deduction out of that reality, be fair. But I read that portion. Paragraph 13 of Dr. Asamoah, also, these are variable facts, and the implication for the viability of our present approach is not partisan speculation. It is public health science. The purpose of this advisory body is to review our current challenges in the battle before our nation and to make recommendations to reinforce ourselves for the weeks ahead. We do so not to undermine or usurp government in those respects, but to complement the efforts of government. We understand the instinct to be cynical about motives. Yes, it's because of the way and manner some of them have gone about this matter. Somebody will be cynical. But Adina Moyen, is it an attempt to substitute what government has put in place? And to avoid this crime, that's why I suggest we'll redirect our focus to the appropriate place above what. First, the parliamentary platform. 2, set your things to the National Technical Coordinating Team. Report to Ghanaians. The Inyama Yedama technical team, I'm sure you can do that.
Yeah.
Church Mercy. But to create the impression there, in some way are not being done. It's worrying. It's worrying. And that is what makes some people think there, in coffee politics in a way. What ban is sleeping on the job. Nti won na wo wake a ban up or won na wo lead Ghanaians to the promised solution land.
Well,
Kwame,
talking about land, you have to land.
Remember. Yeah. To you. Paragraph 3 of Dr. Grace Ayensu Dankwa. Quite a beautiful lady.
Kokrokoo.
Yeah, and I like her tone. Article fine. I wish I could speak that same way. Fine. No, but me, I respect women. I would never say anything to denigrate,
especially women. A woman with brains.
Yes, and beauty.
That thing kills me, and baby. Beauty.
Thank you very much.
Besia no where feel I've been.
If the man me was sister no where fed ma. My sisters nia.
Oh
yes. Now Charlotte is one fantastic, beautiful woman. Apart from that, me other sisters no. What we fed papa?
Actually, me a lot of them.
Yes, Kwame, you know all of them. Name them.
And Kwame na. Especially Kokrokoo the mother. What?
That's
but then I start asking the question.
Unfortunately, me who I am when you say.
What pay na the one.
No, I don't coffee while
you ugly monkey.
You ugly like a monkey. Look at your beautiful wife. No, I grow, but me know I took it cool. Kwame,
let's finish.
I say. This is not about fear mongering. Me quote Madam Ayensu Dankwa. I'm told a parliamentary candidate.
For she's trying to uproot Skadu Katan.
No, our problem, pal. Wow, that would be a hell of a fight. Jogate, Nyahona Jogate wana. Wow, that is going to be a battle.
I wonder.
Unfortunately, I cannot wish her well.
I wonder how that's going to be.
You can't wish her well.
In terms of electoral fortunes, I cannot wish her.
It cannot be a battle at all.
Minim CPP yarani biwa.
Maybe after 2020.
I support CPP parliamentary candidates in selected constituencies.
I support NPP presidential candidates.
Yes, because CPP. Yes, that's a fact. I will not deny it. Me wasting me vote. That's a fact. The only CPP candidate I may vote for was General Eskin.
Yeah,
that I was a party office holder. I was the director of publicity and things. Beyond that, I teamed up with President Kufuor, and I voted for that ticket. But more or less, it means it was an MPP ticket, Great Alliance. Yeah. But it was more of an MPP ticket if you look at the law. Church Mercy.
Beyond that, I can't first team that with Rollins.
Yes,
yeah, 92.
NCP, Progressive Alliance.
That's right.
Later, the one across the carpet, no NCP, part of them, but joining
MPP,
PCP. Check and that went into Great Alliance with the MPP. But Kwame, I said this is not about fear mongering or heightening anxiety. Rather, it is about experts in the field and not political actors providing accurate information for the public to understand what is happening so they can respond to advice and measures taken by authorities.
But she's a political actor.
Yeah, but I have a problem even here because what we have been seeing is a combination. It's a hybrid. Kudo Ponkroma is obviously a political actor.
Yeah.
He leads the event. But it is obvious there, the technicians and professionals are there, and they are asked to come and deal with the issues that are purely technical. So, to be honest, this point is not a true reflection of what is going on. Otherwise, in Chawansu wo team it be a political, it be a technical, and it be a hybrid, both. It is unfair to create the impression say what is happening now no a political actors exclusively na my information. It's not true. We all know it's not true. Then there's this point, Kwame. To you, one of the, and I'm not a professional when it comes to these things, one of the key preventive measures in combating this disease is contact tracing. And contact tracing works better in an environment where the public has full disclosure of the movements of infected persons. Now,
agency will not be just announcing. There should be no transparency.
What exactly do we mean by full disclosure of the movements of infected persons?
Are we not going into the areas of stigmatization?
And it also means that perhaps the identities near the man should be made public.
Yeah.
Because if you are infected person, we don't know you. So, is that what she's calling for?
It's also fact.
Yes, it's all, you agree. But you know, you forget that. First of all, sometimes it happens because voluntarily we say there is that doctor-patient confidentiality.
Yeah.
It is sometimes some of the disclosures are such that footballers now come to our side of the world. How do we take it?
By the way,
what has been the practice? What is the standard?
We've confirmed 68.
It will keep rising. There's no doubt about that for a while.
It has to rise.
Yeah, it will. It's my brother, me say or a doctor, and I'm told she's a very good doctor.
Kwame,
Madam, yeah.
Kwame.
She's a surgeon in the US.
Yes,
Kwame.
yes. We can profiler and
easy. 53 plus 7 plus which means 15. So something or you want on the quarantine,
I'm just still checking.
Okay.
But we've risen to 68.
You see?
And as I mentioned earlier, Prince Charles has tested positive.
15 says our account. We used to have
53. Yeah,
15 our account.
Yes. Makwami and the Christ is also part of a certain challenge, but it's difficult to stop it. I had them as more kindly. Also, last night at about 10 p.m. it took surfing the internet to learn that the number of people who have tested positive has risen to 27 and mortality to 2. We are just learning this morning that the number has risen to 52. Now, Kwame, the number rising to 52 no one am no kind no official internet is it the rare base? It's I have a difficulty when a member of a technical team, the main focus of concern me what problem, Kwame? And that is why I was cautioning. And others, PKK, a lot. Hey, my mate, now questions about the rule of NADMO, a rule of MMDs. Are being asked. Yes, look, Akando can call the Minister of Health to come to Parliament, and I'm told the minister has gone to Parliament if he once or twice.
Twice was a trash.
But Kwame, if there are the need for further information, it can be done.
Only NDC.
The coordinating team, the national technical coordinating team, is also available to answer some of these things. But say you will hold the press conference, now you bisa questions. It creates also the impression that there is nothing really happening.
I told you, Goku. I told you.
It's not. I mean, I still draw a distinction. I have no cause to attack President Mahama with his submission. But also here politics kakra. Also here politics kakra. Kwame also daba. Kwame is a very diabolical fellow. My diabolic fan now. It's an industry.
Before calling Tony Blair that you are the master politician and I'm the professional politician.
That's right. It's Kwame. There's no need. Bottom line, to be honest with you, I appeal na me. The fine what for me NDC COVID-19 response team or whatever, whether a technical or advisory or a hybrid, fine. In principle, we have the right to associate, to assembly, and to speech. It will be difficult for me sitting here to say that we abandon the project, no. But I'm only appealing to them that we refocus Redirect.
Refocus, redirect, re-engineer, relax, Kokrokoo. Now, the British sing for God to protect their monarch. The Ghanaian sings for God to protect our homeland. Kwame Duncan is on point regarding the place of God in the preamble of the 1992 Constitution. Even before the Constitution was endorsed through a referendum, we, the people of Ghana, have placed God in the center of our national affairs. It was not for nothing that the first word of our national anthem and the last word of our national anthem pledge both use the same word, G-O-D. May God come through for us in this time of great distress and anxiety. Carlos Von Abrazi, somewhere in Ghana.
Is he around?
And Dan from Kwabenya says, Kokrokoo Bako, you always say, quote, I am not a professional when it comes to these things. But you will talk and make sense. So, Kokrokoo Bako, what are you a professional in? Is it the selling of plantain chips?
In diabolics.
And anyway,
I Papa Penini to you. General. Kwame can't diabolica. I said, no way. Oh, Mama Konifi. This is about 3 years ago, so we free. I said, never. That's a very terrible description. Don't allow it. Let me show you guys. I said, no. We're talking about Jeremy. I said, no way. How?
Don't associate yourself with that. But Kokrokoo, in that, is completely skipped me. Of a mass way to come and say. But one of my listeners caught it. Also, tell Kokrokoo it is contact tracing, not contract tracing.
Okay, I apologize.
Let me thank Kokrokoo Bako. Let me thank contact.
I did not make a contract.
Contract.
True, me have contract.
Kokrokoo Bako, Erika J, Kwame Duncan, and we're checking.